Hey Tactical family, welcome back to the channel. Today we have an update on my Palmetto State Armory 300 Blackout. My 300 Blackout from Palmetto State Armory. How's it running? Am I still liking it? How is it? I get a lot of questions on the channel about this, this pistol. And I'm still loving every bit of this thing. But I did come across some issues recently, and I haven't really ruled out that it's not an ammunition issue, because when I had the issues, I really haven't had a chance to come home and get out to the range. Part of the reason was I haven't done some videos because YouTube has given me some strikes. And so I had to kind of pull back and figure out why, reevaluate what I was doing, and I realized I didn't do anything wrong. They hit me with some shorts, some strikes, claiming that I was directly selling firearms and firearms parts, and that is not what happened. So pretty bummed about that. I try to be very cautious about how I present things so that I'm not directly linking people to firearms websites or manufacturers or selling and that kind of stuff, but they decided to hit me anyway, and so I'm kind of bummed about that. As you can see, I'm kind of in my hotel room. As a matter of fact, you might notice the last 3 videos that I posted, kind of all wearing the same shirt, and I'm in the same environment because I'm in a hotel room. I'm working, and so I had to just take the time to get some videos put out there, and this was the chance that I had. So now let's talk about my 300 Blackout, how it is, what I'm still running on it for people who haven't seen it. Let me go ahead and take this off here so you can see what we have here. How do I have this set up? I have this set up with an SBA-3 tactical pistol brace because it is a pistol, so therefore it must be on there. Buffer tube, mil-spec. The buffer that I have in there is actually a silent capture buffer. And I'm wondering if that hasn't been giving me a fit. So stick around, we're gonna do a video on that to see if it's what's been giving me a problem. And we'll talk a little bit more about the issues and if I think it's this versus something else. Moving forward, just real quick, we have the Radian Raptor SD suppressor, ambidextrous charging handle. This kind of helps vent the gas away from the shooter, from the suppressor. It has the mag pull, or the B5 grip. I love the B5 grip. It's straight up versus that angled grip. I love the B5. I have a Timney 2-stage trigger in here. The firearm is clear. The magazine is just for aesthetics. But the trigger, it's got a 2.5 pound pull. It's a 2-stage trigger. There's a little take up there. It breaks. Reset. It breaks. When I'm shooting it, it just feels fantastic. So that's the trigger I'm running in this one. We did add to it the anti-walk pins, because the way this trigger goes in, there's on the both sides of the screws. The way this trigger goes in, there is pins that go through, but then from the top, there are set screws that apply pressure and hold it into place. And I wasn't a big fan of that. So I didn't trust it. So I put these anti-walk pins in there. They're awesome. Some basic flip-up sights. Now these are not going to co-witness with the EOTech, obviously, but they're there in case I have to take the EOTech off. Speaking of EOTech, so this is the EOTech XPS 0 on a Unity riser. So it's nice and high. I love it. It works great. I don't have to really bring my head down. There it is. I have a nice sight picture. Love the view of that. Mil-spec magazine release, mil-spec bolt release, mil-spec bolt carrier group. I will tell you though, this bolt carrier group, I cleaned it not too long ago, and the bolt looks a little chewed up. I need to keep an eye on that and find out, because I scraped and scraped and scraped, and so I need to keep an eye on that. Moving forward, I have the Votatu 840. Yes, the Votatu V840 flashlight and laser combo. I am very happy with this. Also has the IR. Don't really have any night vision, but for the price, I grabbed it. There are some people who have given this thing some flack, and I don't know why, because this thing has been awesome. It has been solid. The light is bright. Okay, it's very bright light. The laser is just amazing. I will tell you though, the laser, it's crazy bright. So I think Votatu could maybe dial that laser down a bit. As far as brightness, it has been amazing. The body is a metal body. It's not plastic. And it's just solid. The pressure switch, I'm going to tell you right now, this pressure switch has just been amazing. I love the way this pressure switch snaps onto the pick rail. It is ridiculously solid. And it just doesn't move. It doesn't shift. I wish every manufacturer would provide a pick mount like this, because it pops in there. My hands are right where it needs to be, and it's just amazing. Very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. It's got a strobe. Who needs strobe? It's there, okay? Moving forward, this is my Energetic Peak 30 suppressor that has been beautiful. I've been shooting 5.56 through it, 300 Blackout through it. It's a 30 cal can. So this Energetic Peak 30 has just been fantastic. Let's go ahead and take it off of here, show you how we're mounted. So this thing is mounted with the hub system that just pops in there. I think Silencer Co. makes one. It's called their Plan A, Plan B, kind of the same concept. And so it allows me to put my muzzle devices on. And you notice that big thick thread right there. So when the suppressor goes on it, just a few quick turns and it's on. Unlike direct thread, it just feels like you're threading it forever. It's like, oh my God. It takes forever. But the Palmetto State Armory 300 Blackout. So back to my shooting. What had happened? What had happened was I went to a gun show and I picked up some ammo from the gun show. That was probably my first mistake, because it was pretty inexpensive 300 Blackout, and I was like, I don't really care. I just want to, piss away some ammo and not have to break the bank. And so I picked it up, and to be honest, it was from a vendor in San Antonio, and I think it was giving me a fit. It really, really was. And I just don't know if it was just cheap and underpowered 300 Blackout, because it wouldn't charge the rifle. It just would not. And I was like, man, this is terrible. So I ended up picking up some Pioneer 300 Blackout, which is a pretty inexpensive 300 Blackout. And I put it in here, and man, it ran great. Did not give me any fits. So I don't know if it was that cheap 300 Blackout with the silent capture buffer that I have in here. Combination wasn't working well, but I need to get back on the range. I have a whole box of 300 Blackout. I got like 150 rounds of 300 Blackout from Hornady that we're going to get out there and we're going to shoot. And we're going to see if that eliminates the problem that I was having. I'm hoping that's the only problem, because this is by far my most absolute firearm that I own. This is my truck gun. This goes everywhere with me. As you can tell, I'm in a hotel room and I have my 300 Blackout with me. So yeah, it goes everywhere with me. But I couldn't be happier with this. What am I going to do with it still? Probably going to go ahead and swap out the... maybe not swap anything out. I don't know. I'll put a bad lever on it. I like the bad levers. I'm a big fan of those. Probably going to SBR this so I can put an actual buttstock on it, because I don't like this, the squishiness of them. I mean, there's some other types of pistol braces out there that I can get that aren't quite squishy like this, but, you know. I really don't know what else I'll do. Maybe a new bolt at some point. A bolt carrier group, see how that works. But until I have no reason, or just saying this shits the bed, there it is. One of my absolute favorite firearms that I own, my PSA 300 Blackout. Thanks for watching my little update on the 300 Blackout, how much I still love it, how much it's still running, all that kind of good stuff. Make sure you pay attention to the channel, stay tuned. We have some other good stuff coming up that we hope we're gonna be able to produce. Hopefully YouTube doesn't decide to give me any more strikes, because that really sucks. Even though I didn't do anything that violated their guidelines, I looked and looked and looked. But, you know, when you have people who don't understand how the world works, this is what you get. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay free, support the Second Amendment. We'll see you in the next video.